This program is sponsored by Shenanigan Sports Pub.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Luby, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the frim fram sauce with the awesome bay, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another week and another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. And boy, do we have a great treat in store for you today. We are loaded up on the Let's Eat South Florida group, 212,000 members strong. Pat Utter, Shenanigan Sports Pub, Dania Beach, my old hood, 1300 South Federal Highway. Pat, we had a little bit of a summer, I guess, little breather, little vacation time. And look at us. We're both sporting beards. We're the Bearded Brothers.
Yes, sir. But you announced me. You announced the treat, and then you announced me. So what's the treat?
The treat are the wings.
The food.
The treat is
I was hoping it wasn't me.
Beautiful smoked brisket platter, because you have the barbecue operation on the other side.
Thank you.
And you know, I've always been a fan of your food, and it is not just your typical sports bar. Although
good food at affordable prices. That's all I'm asking for. That's it. We try to do everything affordable.
And we've got Luby here. I think we've got Jeff Defo DeForest off in his homestead. How are you today, Defo?
Doing just fine. A little bit envious because I saw the spread coming out there, and always love.
Want to pick up something to go? We got the black and white.
I blew by there the other day. I had to pick up somebody at the airport, and I was thinking, my car, as if driven by a magnetic force field, almost drove into the parking lot. But no, it's always good to see you guys, and Shenanigans, of course, always one of my all-time favorites.
Well, we have a whole array of good food here, and we want to talk about food, but Pat, it is coming up to football season.
Yes, sir.
Had a whole slate of high school games this past
weekend.
Yes,
South Florida was very well represented.
Your son was participating.
Yes, I'm very proud of him.
ESPN.
Yep.
And we've got college week 1 coming up.
Big excitement there.
And we are not talking about the professional football.
Can we hold off? Can we hold off on that?
I mean, I always like a good.
All right. So let me ask you a question. So here you are visiting me, which I'm honored to have you guys and all the beautiful people on your eating channel, right? So
you love the Let's Eat.
Yeah, here, Let's Eat South Florida group. So why would we want to talk about? I do have the flag out front. I plan on representing, but why do we want to start out on a negative note with the Dolphins?
I love that it's negative. He hasn't even started yet, and we know it's negative.
They're 0-0.
Yeah, that's true.
They won the other night.
Yeah, I know. Can we just? All right. I love how you did it because number one, I want to speak about the array of food. You guys are very knowledgeable, and I got to tell you something. You know, you're a food critic, you're a sports writer. You have a wide array. But you also happen to have an educated palate. Anywhere from saying something superb, something to it doesn't sound. Okay, so we're going to go through. We're going to go to those categories. We're going to those categories.
You're so Irish.
Somewhere in between. No, it's like a backhanded compliment.
You and all the women in my life.
We never forget.
We
never forget. We're impervious. Okay. All right. So I'll let you steer me down that slippery corridor. But I want to say one thing. Thank you.
Wings. I just took a bite.
Black and grilled wings.
Black and grilled wings. Dry rub. Defo. I wish you were here because he's got some
Thai
sauces.
Thai sauce.
The Thai chili
blue cheese
sauce.
ranch on the side. We have some mac and cheese. This is just a special on ciabatta bread, courtesy of Cusano, Danny the Baker. We have one, and we have a nice chimichurri on there. But the thing I want to speak about now in the summertime with Memorial Day weekend coming is Labor Day. I'm sorry.
Yep.
A wide array of barbecue. We have this. We have not only do we use the top Duroc pork for our pulled pork and all our. We're currently doing even a mojo pork as a special, but we have this brisket that we stand behind, which is a Braveheart brisket.
I'm taking a picture now.
You see that
I'm
nice
going to post it
beautiful.
later because the smoke ring on this, and you said it's kind of a new purveyor that you.
Well, no, we've been dealing with them, but now they have a product with absolutely other than a little fat cap, which gets kind of absorbed into the meat. I can't lie. That's why brisket is tender.
Yeah.
That's just right off the.
It's a very lean.
Very lean. I was going to say that.
Exactly. And there's no waste involved in it. Where before brisket, brisket people,
Very fatty.
it's like a skirt steak. It kind of people got excited about it, drove the price up.
Yep.
So it's not an inexpensive product. It takes a lot of TLC, and I don't take this wrong about ribs, pulled pork, or chicken. When you throw your hat in the ring with brisket, you're kind of going into a different sort of thing. It's like having a restaurant and you do, sushi, you do you saute things. That's a little bit more skill set than throw it on the grill.
Yeah, it's a process that is labor intensive.
Correct.
It takes smoke and time. And
correct.
The
14 to 16 hours.
The way I judge a place is, when you have a nice dry rub or something that comes out not slathered in sauce,
right.
Then they're not hiding anything. And the flavor on this, I mean, the smoke ring is beautiful, and you taste the smoke. It's really a really high quality barbecue product. So when people say, "Oh, there's no good barbecue in South Florida," you're full of it, because if you come here, and I've had your chicken platters. My mom used to love the barbecue chicken platter, the smoked brisket, the pulled pork. It's all here. It's all part of the package. And you have just a wide array of food, whether you want burgers, pizzas, wings, or the barbecue. And that's why you're my man when it comes to going to places to watch the team that you don't want to discuss.
No, I'm going to now that we've gone through this litany of
well, before we get there,
I want to go over here to these lemon grilling wings. When I call them grilling wings,
this is Luby's favorite.
Yeah.
Lemon pepper.
So what it is say grilling. I'm not going to lie. The fat's been rendered off those wings to make them a little bit tender. Then we grill them. Okay. Grilling a wing from a neutral position or from raw will take forever, and I do between 50 and 100 cases of wings a week here.
So what's the process? A little bit of process,
a little blanched off, and then you hit them. That's why we call them grilling. And the thing is what it does is, unbeknownst to people, it takes that grease off. It takes that. You see here, it takes that fat.
It renders the fat, and you get nothing but crisp.
Exactly.
And it's not dry. It's still moist.
This is with no breading on it. Look, I don't use your typical wing.
No, you get the big
jumbo.
We don't want to say
roast.
Chernobyl wings, but they are, they are very big.
Cooking good yellow, fed corn, jumbo wings. That's what I use. If anybody wants it,
all good. Defo, are you still jealous, or you want to run down here, maybe pick up?
I always love those black and grill wings. I think they're the best in town. I don't know why we haven't. Have we seen Shenanigans win any of these wing contests? Or
never
entered because
never entered.
You have been named. You've gotten accolades from certain magazines,
travel
publications.
880,000 hits.
And invariably, when somebody on Let's Eat South Florida asks, "Oh, where do I go for great wings?" I always say Shenanigans, because you have all the varieties and the big, plump, beautiful, non-antibiotic added wings.
They're not greasy, and they're not like, and I enjoy the flavor.
Oh wow!
I'm used to dunking things into things, and I did it with the wings, even though I don't think it actually needed it.
Here,
the lemon pepper is such a strong flavor. But the brisket, I was looking for barbecue. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just eat it on its own. There's a reason it didn't come out with barbecue sauce. And it did not disappoint. This brisket, for being, I guess, a new kind of brisket they're dealing with, is wonderful. It's a really nice flavor, and it does not need the barbecue sauce, which is
just a little caramelized rub on there. We have a little rub.
I'm gonna take a quick detour from the food.
Okay, let's go.
I am not talking.
No, it's not. No, I'll go for football.
But it's something that both you and Defo now have in common.
Old age.
Well, I was going to talk about you recently celebrated a milestone birthday, and I don't know if you're bashful about the number, but
I don't like to say my number because you're categorized,
But you look great. You're looking.
But I watched a special last night. I record Sunday morning, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's a great show.
It's a great show.
CBS.
And it was called Money Issue, but it was about retirement.
Right.
So I love that
I saw anything about that.
No, and I saw Drew Barrymore on there, and she was a child model at 11 months old. Right.
Yeah, she was an ET at 7 years old.
Yes. And she was approaching 50. So now AARP says between 50 and on is retirement, is what they're talking about. So
I'm a proud Hawk member.
Yes. Okay. What we're doing here right now, having two guys, the words kibitzing or having fun.
Yeah.
joking around. Other than the fact, if I could have been a professional athlete, which I tried my hardest when I was a kid, owning a sports pub with good food, being in an environment like this, I don't consider it working. So that's why I'm at it. All right. So here's the thing about an age or whatever. I try not to dwell on it because I just like to keep moving. The guys that repetitively say, "Oh, I'm this age, I'm that," they kind of categorize themselves.
Yeah, Defo, he turned 70 last month.
Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's the reason. Plus,
No, but you look great, and like you're saying, Defo, like 70 is the new 50, right?
how come you didn't say Devo?
I don't know about that.
You just said he looks
said
great, and then yo Devo. And you didn't say Devo look great. No, you didn't say it.
He's got 4 years on you. He turned 74. I don't know if he likes to hear the number or not.
No,
but-
I don't mind it. I mean, the number is what it is, so you have to acknowledge it. But no, I don't believe it's a new 50. Mayo, you're way off on that. It might be the new 68, but I like the new 50.
Yeah. Well, I read a great quote today, and I'm gonna read it to you guys because I think it's apropos of the stage in life that we are all in. I'm now an ARC member too. Luby's about to be new dad, so he's going to age very quickly soon.
No. Luby, you want to know the secret? I have 5 kids, right?
I know.
I have a 12-year-old daughter
Jesus.
that attends a very prestigious private school. That keeps me working.
Yeah.
And I have a son that's getting scholarship offers to go away to school.
Nice.
That I'm going to miss. And more importantly, the journey you're about to go on with fatherhood
it's the best
is
thing
probably I can't explain it to you, and I know you have a beautiful bride and you're doing it. I find it the most rewarding thing in the world, of course, and then my occupation. So it keeps me involved. Having a young family, you're good. And keep in mind, you're going to be my age and still working when you have that baby.
Yeah, if you stop at 1,
100%.
you might have a shot at retirement. If you go for 2, it's all over. You are going to be working
I have
till the day
5.
you die.
I have
You
5
got
kids.
You're
I have
never-
kids. I have
you're
5
done.
kids.
Yeah, but no, this is okay. I do every day in the morning. I do these puzzles in the New York Times on their app because it keeps my mind
Which is
engaged,
important.
which I think is sharp for
it's important.
And the mini crossword puzzle today had a clue that I loved,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give you the clue and see if you can come up with what the word was. It's a 5-letter word.
Okay.
And it is a David Bowie quote, and it's, quote, "an extraordinary process whereby you become the person you always should have been." And it's a 5-letter word, begins with A and ends with ing.
N and ing.
Defo?
Aging.
Aging.
Oh, good for
Correct.
Defo.
Yes.
And I think that's a wonderful way of putting it. Is aging is an extraordinary process whereby you become the person you always should have been.
You notice how aggravating he is, Devo, since he lost this weight. You know that. He just
And
flashed
since I
that.
sold my
he
house.
he just flashed himself up here in a Ranger jersey. Now he has a Panther jersey, and I looked at it. It says medium on it. Okay, I saw that it has a Panther jersey to put on.
I'm feeling
Since
good.
now he's got to pick on older guys. He had nothing better to do since he's tripped.
I remember that night he came to Shenanigans in the Ranger jersey, and we needed to put a shoehorn inside his
Pushed
collar.
him through the door.
I look like a sausage
he's
being
cocky
stuffed
now.
into the case.
He's got a new love. He's a cool guy up in Fort
Life is
Lauderdale.
good. I'm an empty nester. My daughter is off at Florida State sophomore year. She just joined a sorority. A newest member of Phi Mu, which is a MU, and
I think she's on my TikTok dancing.
she probably is.
Probably will be soon.
She does things as long as she stays off OnlyFans and off the pole. That's what I
You're
told
a
her.
happy dad, yeah.
That's it. But no, she's doing
So
great.
you do crossword puzzle, and I'm doing this Confucius thing, and I opened it up today, and it said, "I never said all that shit." That's what Confucius says about life. Here's the thing I love. There's a song back in '99, and it says, "Wear sunscreen." If anybody wants to pull it up, it's one of the most prophetic songs about life and aging. just everything that you can throw out the window and just enjoy your journey.
Yeah. Now, do you find that and I found this, I'm going to be 60 next year, right? And you know me, I'm such an old soul. I always round up as soon as I get to not even
you're
the half birthday. No, I'm 59.
Oh, 59. Okay.
But as soon as I hit 2 months into 59, I just say I'm 60.
Okay.
I saw that on Seinfeld. They do that in there too.
I round
don't wanna
up.
do that.
But no, I am so much more comfortable in my skin now. Even when my skin was very much wider and
bigger.
expanding, I'm just relaxed.
Listen,
and I don't let the little shit bother me.
Since you took the gloves off with the age, you've done pretty well recently. You sold a nice piece of real estate.
Yeah.
You moved into a schwanky, cool
Yes,
spot.
I have gone
You're bouncing around happy hour. Everybody's turning to you. You built up Let's Eat South Florida, which is commendable. I tell you what.
Yeah.
And you're a cool guy. So listen, the age is just a number.
I'm just going to
keep
enjoy
rolling
the
around.
ride as long as it lasts.
I mean, me and Devo, I think I have a suit that's 60 years old. So don't worry about it. I got it when I was 14.
Oh, man. So, Devo, what is on your lunch plate today? Or did you do a walk of life and get your liquid lunch in you?
No, not yet. I'm going right after the show here. I hope so. Anyway, I got to squeeze in something else. Hopefully I'll have time to do it. Otherwise, I might have to hit the path about 3 o'clock. And then I got Alzheimer's Cup tennis tonight, speaking of age.
That's good. Who keeps score?
Hopefully that'll happen, and get a little doubleheader of exercise in. But I haven't really eaten much yet today.
No, if it's the Alzheimer's Cup, I was saying who keeps score, and
that's the reason it's named the Alzheimer's Cup is where we take a long break after the first game, and then nobody could remember who served the last game.
It's kind of like me.
Well, which side of the court we have to walk out on? It's rough.
It's like my Ozempic shot, which I take every week now, and I'm open about it. I'm enjoying this journey because it's also been very illuminating.
Look, you put the work in, though. You still exercise.
No, I've been going to the gym every day. I did my workout this morning, but I don't remember. You're supposed to alternate which side you shoot every week, and what either your left or your right side of your belly.
How do you remember?
So I write it on the box now because I can't remember from week to week. So today was
at least you remember to shoot yourself.
Yes, I did on Monday. Monday is my I inject myself, and things are going well. But I'm still enjoying the food here, and I just eat less of it. And I think that is one of the things you learn as you get older. Is just you don't have to stuff yourself silly every time, and it's good to kind of eat in moderation. Exactly. You've been working out, right?
Oh yeah. I was at Orange Theory earlier today.
Really? You're doing Orange Theory?
Yeah, I do Orange Theory.
Good for you.
And I do Pilates, and
You're doing Pilates?
Yeah, Pilates.
Really?
I find hey, listen, when you get to my age, Pilates is the number one thing because it takes you places you never usually
I was going to say, you need to be super flexible.
Yeah, it stretches you and moves you around. That's the thing with the only thing I could tell people if they want to know anything about the aging journey is the flexibility. Mm-hmm. That's it. I do a lot of squats. I do a lot of a lot of planking. I do and I do the elliptical backwards, and I get my points. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. Devo, have you ever done Pilates?
No, a long time ago, when I was in my 20s and in pretty good shape at the time, I tried this sophisticated California yoga class, and I had never in my life, I've been through a million workouts, playing basketball, football, whatever, and I have never been as stressed out after work. And these guys were all as mellow as could be. I mean, they're all, chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo while they're doing it, and I literally was dying. So, the stretching was never a strength of mine. I admire you, Pat, for getting.
Well, that's why I'm giving Pat credit, because Shirley one time took me to this yoga that was supposed to be
hot yoga. Did you?
It wasn't hot yoga. It was supposed to be like super, like low level, like very basic, very simple. It was like relaxation yoga, she called it. She's falling asleep next to me.
That's very relaxing.
I'm sweating.
Oh, yeah, they keep it hot.
Pulling muscles,
they keep it hot.
I don't know how you guys do that.
Yourself.
I need to work on my balance and flexibility, but you know how I've been
getting. You drink a lot. That's a sneak. You're a sneak drinker.
The new me. I can't even with the Ozempic. It turns me off of alcohol. But you know how I'm getting my stretching in these days?
How?
When I'm watching a horse race and I'm urging my horse on, I'm like, come on, and then it always gets headed at the wire and I lose by a nose. But that's my typical luck. Devo, if you got to go, we'll cut you loose and we can take our first break.
Come see us, Devo.
Yeah, no, always good
Or if
seeing
you want to
Pat.
stick around, and maybe I'll try to get Pat to talk about.
I will. I'm
the
ready. I'm
Dolphins.
ready now.
Yeah,
we got him warmed up.
You guys can cover that. That actually might help me out a little bit there.
All right. Well, we'll see you later, Mr.
So, Defo, we will see you later
All right.
on. And we will take our first break. And before we do, we got to just put in a good word about the ongoing Dine Out Lauderdale promotion.
Oh, yeah. That's
which
excellent.
is taking place at over 140 restaurants around town, and some of the higher end establishments that maybe you wouldn't ordinarily get into, or they basically price things at a reasonable rate so that you can check it out. Multi-course dinners, and also some places with brunches and lunches, places along the beach and fabulous seafood places inland, little cozy neighborhood spots, all kinds of deals going on. $45, $60. Go online to dineoutlauderdale.com or visit lauderdale.com/dineout to check out the deal that is awaiting for you today. It's going on right now through September 30th. All kinds of great deals. Dineoutlauderdale.com. All right, let's take the first break, and we'll come back with Pat Utter at a restaurant where the food most decidedly it's great. It's
The
great.
food is
It's great.
fantastic. No, the food's fantastic.
No, I love your food. I love your burger. You do the best patty melt in town.
Oh, that we do.
If I can go into critic mode, you served only fresh fish. So your mahi sandwiches are a beautiful item. You're, don't sleep on the barbecue, as the kids say.
And the only reason I can do it is I own the property. Own the property.
No, and
because
that's
people are getting killed right now.
I'm
very lucky. I'm
I was
very
having
lucky.
this
Very
discussion
lucky.
with somebody who was looking to maybe get back and get a restaurant, and I was asking. He was looking at a little piece of like a store on 17th Street. And, they're building the new convention center. It's near the port.
Very cool area.
And I was guessing like this location. It's a former restaurant. I said, what are they going to get? Like 18,000, 20,000? He goes, no, 25,000 a month. I was like,
oh Jesus,
how do you do that? Your average check has to be, he was like saying $100. I was like, it's like impossible these days. So I feel for everybody that's trying to get into the business. I feel for the customers who are trying to afford, a meal out. But this is a place to come to, because places like you and the studio alleys where you own the land. I mean, you're still getting clobbered with the insurance and some of the labor costs these days, but you still can keep it.
Listen, we're lifers. We also have nothing else to do. Being troubling, there's no chance for anybody to visit me, see me, talk to me if I didn't have a tavern. So this is why I really do it, to be candid, to stay relevant,
and it keeps your marriage healthy, because Christine just says, "Get
bosses
out of the
me
house."
around. Get him the hell out of here.
But you had a nice vacation. You looked like you had a really good time. Yeah.
Relax.
And you we'll talk about this after the break.
Let's talk
also
about
some
Dolphins.
football. We'll talk more football.
We'll talk college.
And we'll
This
eat
weekend's
some
going to be
food.
amazing.
That's what I want to do.
Thursday through Monday, it's straight big time football action.
Yeah, and like it or not, I mean, I do like it. The Panthers are going to be going for their three-peat, and that's going to be starting soon enough too.
I want a new jersey on the cover page. I don't want to get rid of that Ranger.
Me? Yeah, I'm officially now a front-running Panther fan.
No, it's not front running. It's not front running.
And I love coming here doing that cup run, and I had a good run when I wear my Kachuk
I was going to say
T-shirt.
He's getting a little surgery,
He is.
Well, now,
okay. All right. Well,
let him do it now.
Before the season.
Yep.
All right, we'll be back with more from Shenanigan Sports Pub in Dania after these words.
My friends.
A tradition for South Florida sports fans for more than 30 years. Shenanigans. It's at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach, the place to go for all your favorite teams and events and food that's not your ordinary sports bar fare. Award-winning wings, burgers, fresh fish, and more, TV screens galore, and all-day happy hour specials. The kitchen and bar are open into the wee hours, perfect for late-night bites, and very close to the airport. For playoff action, football season, and a good time anytime, Shenanigans. Great seafood and more at Mignonette, Miami. It's in the Edgewater neighborhood at 210 Northeast 18th Street, close to the Arch Center and Heat Arena. Mignonette is open every day for dinner, and it serves the freshest fish and raw bar items with a daily selection of the finest oysters around. Chef owner Danny Surfer and his team are eager to please, and now they have a great deal for Miami Spice through September 30th. $60 gets you a build-it-yourself 3-course meal. Choose almost any appetizer and entree and any dessert. That's every day, including weekends. Mignonette is Michelin Guide recommended and Lunchbox approved. For reservations and information, go to mignonnettemiami.com.
When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, upscale food in a down-home setting, the chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Looking for a real New York slice? Check out Peter's Pizzeria, your neighborhood pizza shop. With 2 locations, 1166 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach and 897 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca Raton. Slices, whole pies, specialty pizzas, heroes, rice balls, salads, pastas, and Mama's homemade desserts. It's New York flavor, Florida made. Originally from Long Island, Peter brings passion and pride to his pizzas. No matter where you're from, you'll feel right at home. Open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner with delivery and takeout. Place your order today at mypeters.com. All right, we're back at Shenanigans with
Yes,
Pat
sir.
Utter,
Yes, sir.
Mike Lubitz,
Yes,
and we're going to get into a little bit of sports talk. The food. Have I mentioned how really much I love the wings?
Thank you.
And
Well,
this
the one thing
new
we hadn't
brisket
eaten-
is, I just had some baked beans. I had the mac and cheese. Your side dishes are great. Everything here, as the kids say, on point
Yes.
and fleek. They still use that one?
No, no
Libby?
one's saying fleek.
Nobody says.
Well,
and
we've
fleek
been here.
anymore.
We were established 1992, right?
Yes.
33 years, and then I
33
was
years.
not so kindly asked to leave, and I came over here. But I've been here 18 years, and I was speaking to a fellow restaurateur, and he said, I can't understand what happened to me. And he said, I had the best chef. I had the best location. I got blown up on social media. I got blown up, the best reviews, everything. I said, so what do you think? What do you think went wrong? He goes, I think word of mouth.
The one thing.
So the reason I'm still here is word of mouth, and
Right.
I appreciate you guys
And
talking
it's
about me.
Something somebody said
yeah.
is pay attention to your register, not your reviews, because there's always going to be a clown that
Yeah.
comes on Yelp
Yeah.
or Let's Eat. And
Yeah.
God, look, I love most of the members
Yeah,
on Let's
yeah,
Eat
they're
are coming
great.
from a good place.
Yes, they are.
Some of them just love to hear themselves complain,
100%.
and some of them don't.
Oh, we were going to talk about noise.
Yeah, you know
That, before we go to football, can we talk about noise
Yes.
a little bit?
what? Huh?
Can
No.
we? Yeah. Huh?
Yes, we can talk about noise because I know you got, your interest was peaked when a few weeks ago, Lois Solomon,
Yeah.
who writes for the Sun Sentinel,
Yes,
my
yes,
former
yes.
place of employment,
Right.
and I still love the people that work there. It's,
No, you don't. Stop
No,
lying. You
I-
called me out about my age. You hate that. They did you so dirty. You're so
No,
talented.
they didn't.
They didn't?
No, nobody did me.
Okay,
it
I'm
was
sorry.
my choice to leave.
Right.
Kind of like it was your choice to leave.
No,
the
I wasn't.
other
No,
place.
let's not lie about it. That guy kicked me the hell out. I was there 30 years.
They gave
He
me an
kicked
offer I
to the
couldn't
curb.
refuse because,
Okay.
well, anyway, Lois Solomon, Sun Sentinel, a few weeks ago wrote a story about noise in restaurants, which has
Correct.
been an issue forever because even when I was a critic, I would
Mhm.
also make note of places where the acoustics weren't the best and
Right.
you couldn't hear yourself think, let alone
Right.
have a conversation.
Mhm.
But there are certain places where you expect to,
Yeah.
be able to have a conversation.
Right.
And there are places where you go where you're there
It's going to be challenging.
for an environment like a sports bar. You're going to have TVs with the volume up during
Right.
football games. If you go to a Runway 84, which is New Year's Eve every night,
A
our friends
supper
Pat
club,
Marzano,
supper club.
where you have a live
band.
music and a crooner, that it's going to be,
It's a
not
night
the
out.
place
It's called
for
a night
More-
out.
not a quiet
Mortorano.
romantic
Cafe Mortorano.
Cafe Mortorano where the disco
Hard
ball
rock.
spins.
Hard rock.
Anything at the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
But I guess it's all about expectations. And I think what she was writing about is places that are just maybe places that you expect to be able to go out with a group of like 4 people, 2 couples on a Saturday
And
night,
have a night out and talk.
and it's very loud. And I gave a list of places that I think I like to go to for a little more quiet, conversational evening. And they were nice enough to, run my list. I forgot
I think
a few
it was
places.
a perfectly done article, and I think you gave some really, really great recommendations. And I just want to.
What was your take on it? Let me just get your mic up.
My take on this is, I'm very fortunate here because I have 2 separate rooms, right?
Yeah.
And I'm blessed with having 2 restaurants adjoining each other with the tiki hut underneath, which is
also quiet.
You
could be out there, exactly.
So in the barbecue room, which we call it, is high ceilings,
right? And that's a family room.
It's a family room. It's also if you're on a walker or you're in a wheelchair or whatever it is. We have all ADA accommodated bathrooms over there. We made every issue for kids, high chairs, all that. And then over here is a converted Pizza Hut, which has a center bar, low ceilings, tile floor, sports, jukebox, music, everything. just because I do it and my wife does it, is we'll call ahead, all right? And
you will?
Yeah, we'll call ahead and we'll
that's
say,
interesting.
listen, my mom is
These are savvy
96
donors.
years old. My
Right.
mom's
Good for you,
96
that's
years
smart.
old.
She's
Okay.
still
That's all
hanging in.
yours
She's
if you
still
want a
kicking.
Mayo. I already had half.
96 years old. And if she is going to go anywhere,
Mhm.
it has to have very, very low volume on noise. All right.
Okay.
So inadvertently, if you know that we're going to have the kickoff to some of the biggest football games of the year, and the place is named Mischief. Shenanigans means mischief.
Yes.
Sports pub.
Right.
Therefore, anybody who says I went in there and they had the volume on the game so loud, people were cheering, people were, and this is what I've read.
They were making
I've
a
read,
ruckus.
They're high-fiving each other. Of course, it wasn't during a Dolphin game. It was University of Florida or Miami or something.
Someone who scored.
They were high-fiving each other. If you want a slow, quiet evening, come during a Dolphin game. We'll be happy. Lurch will accommodate you from the Adams
You are
family.
like a jilted lover.
He's so frustrated.
Or
not, he's
I'm
just
just
done.
joking. I'm just joking.
No, I know you're.
Well, I was
still a
gonna
big
say to
Dolphin
you,
fan.
because
this
that's-
is Dolphin headquarters again.
Yes.
This
They
is.
always
Yeah.
have the Dolphin
Yes.
games with the volume up here because you are a long-suffering fan, and I think there's a point of pride in the fact that you've been with this team since they went to Super Bowls and won them.
Yes.
So
now it's been a
my
while.
son turns to me and he says, first off, we have a young man that comes in here that we got friendly with. He's a really, really he's a refreshing guy. His name is Jordan Phillips. He came from the University of Maryland.
Oh, I mean, he's been playing well in the preseason.
Yes, and
he's played
he's
great.
a 5th-round pick. They tell him as a steal. The kid just turned 21. He's a regular here at Shenanigans.
Oh, he comes in.
He's a regular
He's
here.
a
yeah.
beast. that
He's a
kid.
beast, 300-pounder, and athletic. But anyway, of course I'm going to follow Dolphins. Of course I'm going to have allegiance. But my son, who's going to be, he's 17 years old.
He's never
high
seen him
school,
win.
That's what he said. Exactly.
I only
He
saw
said-
Marino.
Yeah.
We didn't win, but it was like, okay, we had Marino.
Yeah.
He didn't even get to see that.
He didn't see anybody win. So he says to me, Dad, did you ever think that you'd be affiliated possibly with, like, you know, how Flores was here and we kicked him to the curb and now he's with the Minnesota organization with Van Ginkel. They're exciting. I said, this is too smart to say something like that. You don't say things like that.
And was
No.
it Dan Campbell used to be a coach?
Dan
or assistant
Campbell, we got
coach,
rid
and
of
now
him. Yeah, you don't dare say that. We're Dolphin fans. He goes, oh, okay, I get it. That's it.
They
So
used to be
that's
smart,
it.
though.
Here's the
In the
thing.
60s and 70s, they were
You are an
smart.
astute fan. Part of being a fan is, you know, sometimes being a critic and being critical of a team when
It
they're
should be.
making
Well,
the
no, you
wrong
can't be a
moves.
Dolphin fan then. You cannot.
No,
Going back to
I
Bill,
am. Well,
Bill Parcells with
Yeah.
not taking Matt Ryan, taking Jake Long. You could
So-
sit and talk to a fan.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's brain turns to guacamole once they get in the Florida heat and humidity, even though they train in a bubble now and they've gone soft that way. But all right, I'm with you in this regard. I used to be completely neutral because I was a sports writer that covered the Dolphins, and I was neither a fan nor a foe.
You're a
People would say,
reporter.
but it's always easier to cover a team that's winning. But then I'd have players come up to me after I would write something critical and say, "Hey, and it's like,
Dude, you
well,
earned this.
Tim Robbie doesn't sign my paycheck. The publisher of the Sun Sentinel does.
Yeah,
so
Right.
that's who I'm beholden to
Right.
tell the truth.
And I
Yeah.
got to tell you truthfully, I read your column for many, many years. And you went to places that other people didn't dare go to
That's
as a
the
local.
thing.
Because of my New York tabloid upbringing.
No, you ask questions. I mean, Dave Hyde is actually doing that now.
He is.
You know, he didn't used to do this.
We used to be good cop, bad cop, and
No,
he would be the good cop, and I'd be the one to come in and piss
but
off.
if you really read Dave Hyde's,
Well, no, he's pretty harsh.
I mean, no,
we
it's
talked
not
to him like
harsh.
3 weeks ago. I mean, no, he's honest. I mean,
He's honest. He's being honest.
He's reached that point now where he's not worried about access. It's
No.
like, you want to talk to me?
I think he's close to. I think he's close to my age. He's retiring.
He's Dave's a little older than me. He's in between us, but he's doing. He's a great guy, and he's been in this market.
Great writer.
Oops, excuse me, a long time. But the what I was going for is a few years ago, I'm out of newspapers. I'm not covering sports. I want the Dolphins to win. I become a Dolphin fan, and I wanted to be on board the McDaniel train. I liked his refreshing, different kind of approach to the game. I was very excited seeing whatever his name, not
Tyreek
Randall
Hill.
Tyreek
Randall Hill, good for you.
Get my
Tyreek Hill.
Yes, and Tua and all that. But then reality takes hold. Tua is an injury-prone guy who's fragile.
Yes.
And Hill is a head case.
Yes.
And why is Chris Greer still have a job after all these misses? And now I've turned into you. Last year, you accurately predicted.
I was so frustrated
when we
with
were
Pat last
all
year,
sunshine and
so right.
rainbows. We were saying, playoffs and 11 and 7
I
or
had
whatever.
I had
It's going to get
11
worse.
And
I
you
got a
said,
worse.
you said 8 and 9. Matter of factly, you nailed it.
I have worse to say.
But
I say we're rebuilding with youth. If you look at today's paper,
yeah,
there's an article about how with anybody was on the cusp, if you fell anywhere between 28, 29 or older, and there was a young guy, I'm talking about 21, 22 years old, if you look at the undercurrent of that article, they are building subtly right now with youth. I believe we win 6 games this year.
I was going to say, I think 6 or 7 games.
Yeah.
I mean, youth is wasted on the young, but also we need toughness. Besides having,
we have tough young guys. That's for
we
sure.
Need some toughness,
but we don't have
we don't winning the war in the trenches and being able to run and get a first down when it's 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1.
Spend some extra attention to Hyde's article about the defensive coordinator and what he's doing.
Okay.
And how he's talking about the offense picking up blitzes and things like that.
I don't pay attention to the preseason, so we'll see what happens when it counts. But yeah, I don't know if they have talent or not. I know they've let some good defensive players get away, like a Van Ginkel, who, like you could tell, is just a baller. He has a nose for the ball. He makes plays. He's like a Zach Thomas, and they just discard him, and they keep all the guys. They love to sign injury-prone people, older injury-prone people, which I don't see how that's a formula for success.
It's not.
And as a result, Pat Utter, you've turned me. I am now an active Dolphins hater.
No, I'm not a hater. I'm a realist.
No, okay. Because now I'm going to watch every game.
Listen,
like
I've lived in the same house since 2000.
Yes,
when Marino left. Okay, and my neighbor walks his dog by my yard, and he doesn't pick up after him. So I call him Zonka. I call him Zonka. All right. So if you have had a pooped on for 25 years, all right, on your yard or as a fan, it's time for you to take notice. Okay. Put a sign out there. Serve notice.
But what are you going to do? Start rooting for the Bills?
No, I'm not rooting for anybody but them. This is it. Listen, I live in South Florida. I went to Hollywood Central, Olson, South Broward, BCC, FIU.
Right.
I'm entrenched South Floridian.
Your son is at
My
Chaminade.
son's at
We
Chaminade.
won't discuss the result. It was a tough game against
that team was really good.
That
team was legit from like Maryland or whatever. That was weird.
They played, okay, if you want to know something, earlier in the year it said that they had a quarterback come from Tampa.
Yeah.
You know, we had a Tampa transfer quarterback come in.
Did not know that. Yeah.
Like a 5-star.
Did they get NIL money in high school now?
No, but they had a comparable guy to say what American Heritage or St. Thomas has, a baller at quarterback. A week before he decided to return back to Tampa.
Oh.
So we had a freshman.
Is that why the freshman was
You
playing?
had a freshman.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't care. He could be a prodigy freshman.
Yeah.
Okay, we had a freshman quarterback.
Freshman high school? Like,
Yeah,
you don't even
and so I went to the game. I was in line with a very articulate guy, and I said, "Are you from Baltimore?" He goes, "No, I'm from Texas." I said, "How'd you end up with your kid on the team here?" He goes, "You realize it's a boarding school, right?" I said, "No." He goes, "I put him there 2 years ago." We have 15 4- and 5-star athletes on that team.
It's like
Chaminade has like 3.
Right.
It's like what they do in.
It's like IMG.
I was gonna say it's like IMG in Mid-Atlantic.
It's not a fair. Well, here's the thing.
But you can
when you talk to Coach Jones, he says it's just another game.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
It's another game.
Well, it has nothing to do with states. It doesn't affect
no.
you with districts or states.
Chaminade.
We lost the
St.
2 openers
Thomas.
last year.
What did
and then
St.
ran
Thomas
the
do on Saturday? I didn't
They
even
came close.
close.
They were down 28-0. They came back.
Did Heritage play also? or
Yes,
what?
and they actually pulled it off.
They won.
They
Yeah.
pulled it
My
off.
daughters,
But they were
alma
down.
mater. That's good.
And,
Okay.
and they look amazing, and St. Thomas looks amazing. And if we get a quarterback or if we move an athlete to quarterback, unfortunately, the kid's 14 years old.
Yeah, the
He's
freshman in
14
high
years old.
school.
Yeah, he's 14
Freshman in
years old.
college nowadays fine, but freshman in high school, no, they
14
don't
years
play
All right.
on a stage like that.
That covers high school. We're going to tackle college.
All right, let's do it.
But after
Let's take a break.
these words, we got to take our second break. And then we also got to get to the contest results.
There.
Controversy. I don't know. Controversy. This week.
A tiebreaker?
It's all kinds of insanity.
The
going on.
restaurant for the first time was actually
I made
issue.
the critical mistake. Like any rookie lawyer will tell you, never ask a question
don't
that
have
you
the
don't
answer.
know the answer to. And this was a weird one because I didn't. We'll talk about it after this. Let's take our second break.
Yep.
We'll be back with more on the Lunchbox from Shenanigans after
Got
this.
it, brother.
When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. The finest quality, warm hospitality, and world-class creativity. Those are the ingredients that make Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse, a special place. Come experience the restaurant that's Michelin Guide recommended and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved, with an impressive collection of steaks, seafood, and more, like their foie gras creme brulee. Daniel's is located at 620 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, just south of the New River Tunnel, open Tuesday through Sunday for dinner. For reservations and information, go to danielssteak.com. Fresh local fish, a sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hour 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Same great Thai food, beautiful new location. I'm talking about Eat Thai, now in Boca Raton at 6299 North Federal Highway. Thai cuisine is having a moment, and Chef Sopanut makes some of the best in South Florida. A hip and modern spot with authentic Thai street food and some innovative twists. The spicy oxtail soup, Thai bouillabaisse, shrimp ceviche, and classic noodle dishes will wow you. And they now offer full liquor and craft cocktails too. Open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Go to eatthaiflorida.com for more information.
All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway. I'm eating way more than I should be, Pat,
hard not
but
to.
I can't stop eating because everything is delish.
Thank you. Well, my menu was designed with everything you're not supposed to eat. So welcome to Shenanigans.
Yeah, but you've done a good job of introducing things that you
that's my
should
wife.
eat
My
because your
wife.
wife.
My wife.
Salads,
Quinoa, arugula salad,
His chicken sandwich is
cauliflower
wonderful.
Yeah, that's my idea with the ciabatta bread.
It was really nice.
But
Do you sell
came.
salad? Do you sell much on the salads?
Oh yeah, we do.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So you can't
You
take
have
it
to
all.
keep
Well,
doing it.
there's the class. There's the classic. I came into Shenanigans Sports Pub because I met your wife at a run.
Oh yeah,
And-
she's
and-
a
and-
gazelle.
she's
That one, she's got those.
and I want to have her arugula salad, or I want to have the quinoa. And we have a cauliflower crusted pizza,
Okay.
which has no
I
gluten.
wouldn't
and
know
all
from that,
Yeah,
but-
exactly.
Yeah, but
Now those people are very offended by noise from the games. And their water
to
and
go
lemon,
onto the
their
Let's
water
Eat
and
group.
lemon, their water and lemon service
yes,
is not quick
and
enough.
look at you. You got
Yeah,
lemons.
yeah, we got
and
lemon
limes
and
for
they're-
my.
And I told her
seltzer.
those lemons are 3 for $1.
Mm.
So if you would let me stay with my guys with the food running down their face and all the rest of it, I'd prefer that.
You prefer prefer the beer drinkers
sports pub.
to the water with lots of lemon.
What
people.
does the word sports pub not tell you?
Well, that's before we get back to the
know where
football
you're going. Yeah, and going
Yeah.
into the
and the
noise.
sports, but I wanted to say
debate.
something about that because
Yeah.
we've gone to places and that has sort of simmered as a topic on the show, but we've never really gotten into it, so I've
Right.
never done anything with it.
Right.
Like there are places where you're out and I'm like, oh, it's a lot, but I've never. Maybe it's because I'm younger, but I've always done what Pat was saying. Either I've never really called ahead, but I've done the math before. Okay, this is
Yeah.
what we're doing tonight.
Right.
We can go there, but this is the goal of tonight.
Right.
That place is not going to be conducive to that goal. Like some of the again on a Friday, Saturday night, people want energy. They want liveliness.
Yes.
If you're trying to go out with your wife for your 30th anniversary, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But that's on you to understand where you're going and what the vibe is.
Does the word entitled strike a nerve?
Oh, God.
That's
Okay.
understatement.
Do you understand that word? Do you understand that word? So I'm negotiating right now with my daughter to go to bed, and I'm like, she is just, because we have to get up at 6 a.m. for school.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, I
And
remember
have no
those
problem.
days, Pat.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
so happy
Okay.
that
So
no longer part
I haven't
of my
started
life.
those
So
days.
when I sit down and record her argument, okay, because I'm like, I gotta know this. I mean, I might end up like a guy that's on there answering people. If I'm going to put her in charge of answering, if you say like our guy who got a Michelin star, mention Heritage.
Oh yeah,
Heralded place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I read his stuff and I just chuckle to myself because I've been doing that. I've been an owner 33 years, but doing it.
You were a
50
chef too, right?
Yeah, 50 some years.
Yeah.
I just kind of get a chuckle. And
Right.
I'm like,
But
Juliana, I'm going to put you in charge of all Daddy's Google
All the
reviews.
complaints?
Yeah, all the complaints. You answer them because she will not take a backward
Well,
step
the
to anybody.
the beauty of Reno, I mean, he has a smaller place.
Yes.
and he's able to curate his
Clientele.
customers.
Yeah.
Some places curate a menu. He does that.
Yes.
But like if you don't appreciate it, if it's not your style,
It's okay.
you know what? Get the fuck. That's his
simple.
attitude,
That is his
which is the antithesis of how hospitality used to be. But
But
to
he's
his credit,
hospitable.
he is one of the most hospitable, great people. If you treat him and his staff
He's a
the
detective.
proper, respect. And it's all about civility. And you could give him a note about something that, maybe is a little off, but if you do it, in a way, one-on-one, man-to-man, and don't go blasting it on, a group before
but that's not the way it's done anymore.
I know.
No,
and that's why it's my biggest
You know,
complaint too.
Probably
Pat.
when he went to school, he would say to a guy like me, "Do you want to step over on the grass?" Okay, now you just full-blown drill a guy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how it on social media.
Yeah, but
who cares about that? Here's the thing: we all have to be if a guy tells you, number one, you go get a tape measure and you pull it out to 85, say, right? And you look at he's 70. So it looks like a little bit over a foot in notches, right? You ascertain he's been in business for a very long time, 5 kids, and he's been a diehard Dolphin fan. So what can you tell this person that's going to aggravate him? Huh? Tell me.
Exactly. That's
Tell
true.
me.
You're right.
Raising 5 children.
Yeah.
In itself is
What
a
can
great,
really-
it's as much as an accomplishment as running 5 restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Any parents out there, I commend you, because if you want to know the restaurant business and you have children, each one of those children is equal to the skill set of owning a restaurant.
Jesus.
That's it.
If you want to enrage a Dolphin fan, just say 3 more years of Greer.
God forbid.
They gave him a contract, right?
I don't give a crap.
At the end of last year.
Doesn't it make you wonder, how these NFL owners, some of them made so much money to begin with, because then when they own a team, they reveal themselves to be,
No, but Pat's the one that first put me on this.
Candidates.
He's doing his job. He wants to make money owning that franchise.
And
He's got the race here.
Yeah.
He's getting soccer matches there. He has a tennis tournament
What
there.
a facility.
He's made the actual stadium is so much cooler than it once was. I always thought that meant he wanted to win. Pat last year was the first person, and I've now heard it a lot since Pat, that said he doesn't care about winning. Like, you get that, right?
Here's
He just wants to make
what
money.
you have to understand about what he's doing. And if you look past this, he's buying up all West Palm Beach and all the Palm Beach along there. There's a big thing going on if you look at the undercurrent of society of a New York flight, right? Coming down here.
Yeah.
So we're establishing ourselves in downtown Fort Lauderdale. Can you imagine if the NASDAQ gets moved down here, if they go
Oh, is
in
that
there,
what they're trying to do?
They're trying to do that, yes.
Really?
There's an undercurrent of every trade they want to put a charge on it in New York City.
Oh, Jesus.
We're going to become the hub we're a safe state. You have safety. We are a pro-business state. There's so many great things about being here. So this guy took over Joe Robbie Stadium, Hard Rock, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
If you go there and look at that facility, if you've ever had the opportunity to go for a tennis tournament, the Lipton. I was at last year's Notre Dame versus Penn State college champion.
It's the bowl game. Yeah,
bowl game.
The playoff.
The electricity, the way it was run.
Was it good?
Oh, it's incredible.
Okay.
The guy, we just don't have a winning formula on the field.
Right.
The whole infrastructure from him as a developer, billionaire, he did it. Now, what he did do is he delegates to men. And he delegated to Chris Greer like he probably did the guy who runs the formula. And now, I saw Morgan Wallen there. I mean, he has an entertainment, what can you say, dynasty. Okay. Right. So the Dolphins is just one piece of his pie.
Right.
Okay.
And he's making money on it all. And it would be nice if one day they win. And I guess my parting thought is we've seen
I don't think he doesn't care that they don't win. I think that he just is lulled into complacency.
Okay.
Because Chris Greer, I bet you if you stay with Chris Greer long enough, it'll dawn on you. This isn't working.
You would think.
I don't care. What is he, 85? He's 85. We're talking about me at 70, so he's 15 years older than me.
Yep.
So come back here. I could be delusional in 15 years. Pat, that no one's eating chicken wings anymore. Yeah, but back in the day, I used to serve 100 cases a week. Yeah, but they don't eat chicken wings anymore.
But the parting thought is the Panthers are a lesson in hope because they looked utterly lost.
It's like 4 years
in the
ago.
Wilderness for 25 years, not even any, playoff appearances
Totally
or
different
playoff
organization.
wins. But now they have a guy who's in charge with Zito that is making moves.
How about the ownership guy?
And the ownership,
you don't sell him. Yeah,
they came in and they want to turn things around. So
you don't even have to like hockey to go there and have a great
Oh
time.
no, they've made it really fun.
It's so entertaining, so
winning
fun.
is entertaining.
But they've made winning important, and the Dolphins. it's interesting because Ross I never used to blame Ross until my problem is the complacency thing is weird because it feels like in other business aspects he wouldn't have done that. So
I'm
he's
not
allowed
quite
himself
so
to be
sure.
complacent.
Listen,
in football.
I had the opportunity to go to New York City this year, right? And I went to Hudson Yard, which he transformed.
Oh,
right?
it's ridiculous.
And
yeah,
then
it's ridiculous.
he also has the highest building in New York City. He has so many great accolades attached to his name as a developer, business genius, related group, all different things that he's in. I don't think he understands how deep. Like I took a bus in 1966 to go down to the Orange Bowl, and I sold souvenirs at the original Orange Bowl during 72 and 73 to get access to the Dolphins because he's not a blue collar guy.
Yeah,
he's not a working guy. He doesn't stay out there. Everybody that comes up, put a golf club in that kid's hand. I work for Florida Power and Light, Bella. I make $1,200 a week. But hey, put a tennis racket in that kid. What are you talking about? You know what it costs to champion a tennis player? Why don't you? Hey, listen. Why are you letting this kid play football? What's wrong with you? Why don't you put him on a baseball team? There's hardly any Americans left in Major League Baseball. Okay, so we love football. Guys like us are blue collar guys, sports pub guys. He's not one of us.
Yeah,
No, but he knows how to make money.
He got rid of
so.
Yeah.
he
All right,
does.
let's. I got to do the contest,
Yeah.
but we also got to do a break.
We do.
The contest is going to be a little bit convoluted, and we'll tease it until the end. So let's take the third and final break, and then we'll
keep it off.
wade into the morass that is this week's contest results after these words.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's. For the best in classic old school Chinese cuisine, a family-run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Juan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Juan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily and takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at wans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, we're back to wrap up this week's edition. Again, football is going to be on the menu and the agenda here at Shenanigan starting
Thursday,
this week.
Boise
This week,
State's ranked
baby.
and they plays Thursday.
We got college
oh
games.
my
We got
God.
a huge Sunday night game with college.
Oh my
Notre
God.
Dame.
Yes.
Saturday we have
FSU, Bama,
FSU.
Texas,
Bama.
Ohio State's at 12. You can literally get here at
Noon.
like 11:30.
These are going to be early
Have
drinking
maybe the best
days.
Come in
Today.
for brunch.
It's going to be a
Honestly.
great time, and you guys are open 7 days a week.
7
And
11:30 on the
Nice.
weekends to 4 a.m. during the week.
Oh
But
my
the
God,
most
that's
important thing is if you're out and about, we keep the kitchen open to 1 a.m.
That's
during the week,
amazing.
and we keep it open to 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday.
I always
I have a
tell people-
lot of people in the biz that come here.
Yep.
Good food, affordable prices, and
Yep.
fun.
And again, if you're picking up somebody from the airport, let's say 10 o'clock, 10:30, and you're like, oh, I'm
Do people
hungry. I
pick
just flew
people
across.
up anymore? Do
Yeah,
they?
they do.
I still do.
I think they Uber.
Yeah, like if my wife travels,
No,
like,
I
Yeah,
don't-
your
I-
wife.
don't
I
trust
still
an
do
Uber.
the
She's
airport
pregnant, of
pickup,
course.
and
even
then
before
if they say they're
before
hungry,
pregnant.
Where the hell is she going
Come
pregnant?
right down.
No,
I
when
keep
she
her
used
home.
to travel for business, I would pick her up every time just because I just don't need her.
We love
You
her.
hear stories about Uber. It's a safe thing, but now I
You're
still
right.
do pickups and
No,
drop offs.
I do the pickups, and then if they're hungry off the plane at 10:30, 11 at night, boom, right over to Shenanigans.
You
get
notice
them
we
some-
don't even mention Major League Baseball. We don't even.
Sad.
There's
I
nothing.
do. I
even-
have been
no.
watching some Marlins games lately.
No, yeah, I know,
and,
but
you
the
know,
point
they're,
is,
they're
the point is,
watchable at this point.
the point is like we're dump on the Dolphins because we love the Dolphins,
Right.
but it's like you have a kid that's so bad
in this
that you don't
town.
even want to talk about
this
them.
town.
Like you say, yeah, but you always used to talk about Marlon. He won the World
Right.
Series in '97.
Marlins.
Remember your son Marlon? Where is he now?
They're far.
What happened to Marlon? Well, he had a fentanyl. He got on fentanyl. He's
They have.
he's in Portland. He's in a homeless shelter, and he's now trying to resurrect himself down there. You mean Marlon went like that? Yeah, remember when he was out
Yes,
here?
remember when Billy the Marlin? and
Yeah.
everybody
What
was
happened
having
to
fun, and we
Marlin?
would. Well,
Where's Marlon?
far exceeded expectations.
They've
You
been
know
better
what?
this
The
year.
other night,
They are
the other night
watchable,
they
but
had
they're
the
not gonna make the
Yankee
playoffs.
Boston game
Oh,
down
good.
here. No, you want
Oh,
to
you
talk about baseball still being baseball? We had it on here, right? What was that Saturday? Last Saturday? When they have a home game?
They played this.
They
series
gave
this
away.
weekend, four
They
games.
gave the George Scanza. They gave 18.
The bobbleheads, yeah.
The bobbleheads, right?
Mhm.
Every TV was turned on to watch that. Baseball is not dead. What's dead is Marlin. What happened to Marlin?
Well,
Okay, what you want to talk about baseball? Oh
well,
my
Well,
God!
how about horses? We had a big race this past week. The Sovereignty looks every bit of the champion that he is, but it's just a
no one's
shame.
interested.
It's a shame that
He never ran for the
he
triple.
didn't even get to run. Like, I would have asked on the Fox broadcast, which they don't because they don't want to offend anybody,
Yeah.
but I would have asked Bill Mott and the connections is like, okay, looking back, if we had a rewind button, would we give this horse a shot in the Preakness to win the Triple Crown? Because he's won everything
Yep.
basically this year, and he's a spectacular horse to watch. All right, this week's
Let's do the
contest
contest.
race and Gulfstream. Again, another great event thrown by Joe Beja this past Saturday. We were up there.
What a good guy, Joe Beja.
Yeah,
He's a
and they
great
do
guy.
these monthly taste at the tracks. And this past Saturday, they did a taste of Havana. They had 3 whole pigs roasted with all the, the head with the apple in it.
marinated in mojo.
Yeah, the mojo lechon
in a
asado.
china box or in a rotisserie.
Well, they did it. I don't know. They roasted them. I'm not sure exactly the method, but there was 3 of them, and then they presented them out there, and then they had all the skin carved up, the chicharron, the apple in the
nice.
mouth of the pig.
Nice,
That was stunning. They had really good desserts. The flan was
beautiful
excellent.
room.
A beautiful room, and a great crowd. It was another sellout crowd,
Nice.
even though the weather was a little damp. But thanks to Joe Beja, we had a great time out there. A great DJ, all kinds of good salsa and music and all that stuff.
Nice.
Great rums,
Yep.
Diplomatico, and also the stuff from down in the Keys.
Oh, Pilar.
Yeah,
Pilar.
Papa's
Papa
Pilar.
Pilar.
That's his buddy Nick Doyle. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a big band.
Great stuff.
Yeah,
Great stuff.
great.
So every week we have our Gulfstream Sunday brunch contest. We have people answer a restaurant question. Then they pick a horse race. This week it was the 9th race at Gulfstream. And then we have a tiebreaker, which this week was the Dolphins preseason game.
Okay.
So the controversy was this. I asked the question because it was National Spumoni Day last Friday.
Very cool.
And I'm a native Brooklyn guy. I don't know if you've ever been to this place in Brooklyn, a famous place called L&B Spumoni Gardens.
Happened
It's
to
a-
have been there.
You've been there.
Delicious.
It started off as a guy from Italy. He had a horse-drawn cart, and he would sell spumoni, ice cream, Italian ices, and also pizzas he would make in an oven in Coney Island and sell it out in the streets of Bensonhurst, Gravesend, Brooklyn.
Wow.
Then he established it in 1939, a brick and mortar, and it's grown through the years. So it's not just a spumoni and ices shop, but it also has a pizzeria, and now a full-fledged Italian restaurant. The pizza is known because it's a Sicilian-style square, but they put the sauce on the top, and it's a little bit different style, but it's world famous. But I grew up in Brooklyn. I used to go there. I love the place. I never knew what L&B stood for in L&B Spumoni Gardens. So I asked the question. This was this week's trivia question. What does L&B stand for? I looked it up online on Google, and my Google AI said it stands for Ludovico Barbati, which is the name of the founder, the guy who had the horse-drawn cart.
Perfect sense.
Gotcha. Yeah.
LB. But what didn't make sense to me is why would it be LNB? When usually you have initials, it would
LB.
just be LB Spumoni Gardens.
Yes.
What's the NB?
Yes.
Then our audience, because they're savvy, they started calling the place on Friday. And some other people looked some things up and found in deep, dark corners of the internet that the B might have stood for Babe, which was the name of the horse that Ludovico had when he first started. It was Ludovico,
which would be cool too.
Ludovico and Babe. But there is much confusion because some people called the restaurant in the middle of the show. This is how sick our audience is. And they got the answer Babe. So some people came in with Ludovico and Babe.
Yep.
And then the AI answer on Google was Ludovico
So how many winners?
Barbado.
You got 25 winners.
No, so here's the thing.
And Mayo called himself.
So
everyone out
then
there,
I
and they
wanted
gave him
to,
a different answer.
this morning I called the restaurant myself because I wanted to hear from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
Yeah.
What does L&B stand for? And the answer I got today, because they put 3 different people on. First, it was just the guy taking pizza orders. Then they had to transfer it. And I finally get what I think is a manager. And he said, oh, it stands for the founder, Ludovico Barbati.
And you
he
got
said
that
nothing
today.
about Babe. So we have to award 2 different winners this
Categories.
week because there were some people who were in the Babes
Yeah.
and some people who had the Barbatis.
Yeah.
And now we get to more controversy. I'm exhausted, but
They took down the horse that won.
Exactly.
all right. The Gulfstream
The
part was
9th race.
easy. It was number 2, Cruisin' Man was the winner. All right. So when I split up the different factions of the Barbatis and the Babes, I would have, one winner from
winners.
each.
Okay.
But the problem was the one person who was going to win out of the Barbati camp, turns out that was a duplicate entry. And she made the mistake of putting 2 different emails with different horses. But one, she put the same signature on both.
I don't think it was a mistake.
No, but
but
the first she used to use 2 different names.
Oh, okay.
And we had a disqualification because if you're going to use 2
I'm
different
really sorry
emails,
I did that, guys.
All right, so here we go.
All right.
Out of the Babe camp,
Yes.
the winner is Gregory V. Koch. Congratulations, because you picked the Dolphins winning by 6 points and with a total of
You won by a touchdown.
40 points. And it was they won by 8
Eight,
points
by 8.
and a total of 20. And somebody else who also had the Babe, had them winning by 10 points, which is also off by 2.
Yeah.
But their total was way higher. So
Okay.
Gregory V. Koch, you are one of the winners
Okay.
with yours. And then
In the Babe category.
that was the Babe category. And in the
Barbati.
Barbati category,
Probably the truthful. Barbati's probably the truthful
Barbati
category. Yeah.
congratulations to Dorothy Morell.
Oh, nice.
She won. She won a few months ago, but it's outside the 90-day window because if you're a winner, you have to wait 90 days before you could enter again. But she got right out of the penalty
So if you're
box.
smart, you got to just forget about it for a while.
Yeah. Anyway, Dorothy Morell, she is the Barbati winner because she had the Dolphins winning by 7 points, one
Nice.
off. There was a couple that had it at 7, but she had only.
Did she have cruising?
She had 40 points. Yes, she had cruising. Man.
Okay.
So, man, that was exhausting. But anyway, Dorothy Morell, Gregory V. Koch, whether it's
What do
Barbati
they
or
get?
Babe,
A nice luncheon, right? What is it?
brunch for 2
Nice.
at 10 Palms on Sunday, where they have
That's
the
fun.
full. It's good.
Yeah.
And, you
Yeah, it's
get
great.
everything included all day. Dining plus tax and gratuity included in the package, and 1 mimosa apiece. So it's
Very
a great
nice.
deal.
Very
Joe
nice.
Beja, we thank him. And again, we had some extra. I could give away 2 packages this week because some people haven't redeemed their prizes from earlier this year, and the redemption period has lapsed. So
If
they
you
are
have
the
any
ones-
more of those, I'd be happy to
Well,
come.
you know, when we have
But you're always
our-
invited. Yeah.
when
No, I'm
we
just
have
teasing.
our brunch bash,
I will
always
be there.
invited.
Yes, thank you.
And bring the kids.
And my lovely bride loves to go there. That's a fun day.
It's a great day.
It's a great family day.
And again, this contest has been going on 148 weeks now.
I like how you say you hurt your back by cringing in the chair. Yeah,
watching
I like
that.
that.
Come on, stretch.
I think I got it.
So, yeah, that's it. But I am going to send the question about what is L&B stand to a food historian in New York. A guy named Ed Levine is like a guru of all things New York, especially pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And because the thing that confounds me, I've seen pictures of when LB Spumoni Gardens, before it became known as LNB Spumoni Gardens, it was just a luncheonette, and the sign said LB Luncheonette without the,
which is for sure
without the ampersand, the and sign.
Yeah.
So that would stand for his initials.
Yeah.
LB Luncheonette would be Luco Vito Barbati. But when they put the and in, maybe it does stand for the horse.
Yeah.
So always get the name of the horse. Was this thrilling and fascinating to you? You could be honest.
Well, I'd like to stay along this. We hit the Marlins, the Dolphins, and then this tiebreaker. Yeah. I won't be seeing you fellas for a month. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
We can wait until we were out our welcome.
We will wait.
I love you both.
Maybe we could do it on the night of the first Dolphins Monday night game, September 29th.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I don't see why not.
No, that's not a bad
and that way
idea.
we'll have a sense of how the season
And maybe
is
they'll be
developing.
okay. The first 4 games are winnable.
When's the baby?
November 17th.
Oh,
I have a
well, I have
we got
two
the 7
brothers
months
born
today.
on that day.
That's what I've heard.
Both
His daughter, your daughter.
No, my
right
daughter was born on
That's
November
a Scorpio,
17th.
you know.
Yeah,
I know.
Careful.
I haven't had a lot of.
And it's a boy.
My ex-wife's a Scorpio.
Masculine child.
My other long-term relationship was a Scorpio, and I don't do well with them. So I'm sure my son and I will have a lot of beefs.
They just need a lot of attention.
And the Dolphins are in Madrid the day before the birth, the due date.
And you'll be there.
I might be there. If I get a passport renewed.
No, yeah, good luck. Yeah, good luck with that.
Issues me one.
Good luck.
We'll see. All right, Pat,
Thank you.
it's been a pleasure.
My pleasure,
A little
gentlemen.
overtime.
Great seeing you.
Thank
No,
you
it's
for
great.
indulging us. Thank
It's
you
a
for
full
the
weekend
great
of football. No better place than right here at Shenanigans.
All right, come on out. Open every day late, and all your sports right here on the big screens throughout the establishment. We'll see everybody tomorrow. We'll be at Union Kitchen and Bar, a Dine Out Lauderdale edition with our friends Roberto and Christy. That's going to be a little early, 12:30 p.m. start because they got to pick the kids up from school.
Yes, sir.
They're in that world. And for you, everybody out there, enjoy every brisket, every wing, and enjoy every sandwich.